don't really think it got nothing to do with Philly. I think it's just really Boston.
Yep.
Like I really think they have the wrong superstar.
What you
Like
mean by that?
like Jason to me, Jaylen Brown got to be the superstar of their team.
Whoa.
Listen to what I'm saying. So
I'm
people say,
listening.
all right, look. All right, now I'm about to break it down. All right, because I'm gonna tell you the difference of players. All right, Devin Booker, right? Only start becoming Devin Booker when he started talking shit. Okay, Devin Booker always been good, but he only became Devin Booker when he knew in his mind he better than the next person across from him. When he started dropping 71 and he started talking shit. Jason Tatum has a let me see. See, when you hoop, like, and I'm pretty sure people that hoop or know the game, it's different type of feels of scoring. When Jason Tatum score, it's just a score. When Steph Curry score, that shit feel like he just hit a 10-pointer. So it's like Jason Tatum is a great player, but he don't have the impact of the game. Like he's missing like the
So you
super.
saying Jaylen Brown more of a dog?
Yeah, like they play like this. Jaylen Brown, like when Jaylen Brown going off, that shit hit 10 times. Well, they play like when they get blown out, when teams blowing people, like when they blowing teams out, when Jaylen Brown's going to work, that shit feels like it's 20. See,
Yeah,
Jason
I feel what
Tatum
you're saying.
had what 30-some points. That
And it
shit
don't feel
felt like
like.
the weakest motherfucking 30-some points I seen in my life.
But can I give you this? Can I give you this?
Like,
Why I would? Can I give
yeah,
you why I would keep Tatum over Brown and why I feel what you're saying. I definitely feel like Jaylen Brown is more of a dog than Tatum, and he just built different. And he, you know what I'm saying. But Jason Tatum, he plays damn near every game. He's
uh-huh.
good. He's guaranteed to give you at least 25 and good defense every night. I
Uh-huh.
feel like you could get Jason Tatum, but then if you could trade Jaylen Brown for a guy like Trey Young and put a guy like Trey Young who can do those things that Jaylen Brown, like the dog that Jaylen Brown has, give it to a point guard and Trey Young to where he can make decisions. And then you still would have Jason Tatum as your best player, but not necessarily your closer. I would like that more because Jaylen Brown, he's injury prone. He's not a great playmaker. And I feel like I ain't gonna say selfish at times, but he looks good as a two because he don't have to play make for others. He don't have to think about
Right.
facilitating or the rest of the team. He just get like Ray said, he just get to go get the ball and go score. If you're a
Right.
number one option, you have so much to carry. You got now you're not playing against the second best defender. You got the first best defender on
I
you.
just want to make sure that Ray. I just want to make sure that I'm. Did Jason? Did he just try to turn Jason Tatum into LeBron James?
Hey, hey,
Did he just try to turn Jason Tatum into LeBron James?
why not? Why
Now
not?
you've been killing LeBron James about that shit for 20 years. I just
But
want
but
to make sure.
but Ray, didn't I just concede earlier by how we seen
Finally, about
LeBron?
time. I wasn't on, but I
but
was
I'm
listening, and
saying,
I
But
applaud
it,
you for
but
that.
but is that was LeBron's natural play style. That's not Tatum's natural play style to play like that.
but I
Yeah,
feel like if he
I'm about to say I'm gonna be 100% honest. Jason Tatum, like, and I know it's about to sound real disrespectful what I'm about to say. Jason Tatum can't be your number one option. And the reason why I'm saying it the way I'm saying it is because when it comes to the playoffs, there's a probably one, maybe I would say 2 point guards that can really make a difference when playoffs hit. Only two for real. But if you want to keep it one buck, it's a small force game. So when Jason Tatum got to go up against niggas like Kevin Durant, LeBron James, Devin Booker, like when he got to go up against the person that actually has that, see, the reason, like, I don't like Kawhi at all. But what I can say about Kawhi is that when he in his bag, that shit feels like 20. He has that it factor even when he's playing, though. He don't
yeah,
play all the time, but he has that. Okay, matter of fact, when they just played the Suns, The impact Kawhi got on that game and he's cooking, it feels like he's cooking. Jason Tatum his game is too finessed. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I'm just saying is your team. Now, that matter of fact, I'm about to put it in perfect terms. Your team can't feed off of a finesse player. Meaning is when Jason Tatum's cooking, his team still got to put some energy up to try. The reason why they were so good, it wasn't because of Jason Tatum. It's because Marcus Smart had that defense of, hey, I'm locking shit up. Y'all roll with me, right? That's when niggas trying to lock up on defense. Now Marcus Smart don't even have that shit like that no more because he getting cooked. So now that that's gone, it's like these niggas is walking to the basket. These niggas got no grit. This nigga, somebody told me fucking Jason Tatum had a dog when he was rookie year LeBron. And I haven't seen it since. That if Jason Tatum was that same player when he was playing against LeBron and dunked on him and he got that bump and I'm like, oh, I'm about to go at you. If he had that, he would be 10 times better than he is right now.
Okay, let me ask you this question.
He's missing it. Like when you look at a superstar, you can't. He's like whatever that superstar is. Jason Tatum just don't got it. You better off trying to find another player that got it.
Okay. I'll say that like in certain moments, but I feel like you could put him next to a closer and still have him be your best player. Because I feel like he is good enough on defense. He hustle hard enough on defense. He make the right plays when it comes to playmaking. I feel like Jaylen Brown can't do that. Do you feel like the Celtics would be better? Let's say you do trade one of them, and let's say you trade Jason Tatum for a guy like Trae Young, and
they're not going to do that trade. I'm not going to lie to you. The Celtics be the dumbest team in the world if they trade Jason Tatum for Trae Young. Like at the end of the day, it's still Jason Tatum, and he's still a top player. I'm not disrespecting his talent, but I damn sure know they're not trading him for no bum. I mean, I like Trae Young, but they're not going to trade him from a smaller person. So then you pretty much taking Marcus Smart out the game to put Trae Young in the game, which that don't even make logical sense. So they're not going to trade him.
Play both of them together though,
man. And then be what the Cavaliers, and you see how that's going to dominate. See, these small guards do not work when it's the playoff time because they're going to put a 6'7", 6'8" person on you. Jason Tatum going to have to get traded by another person that's 6'7", 6'8". Either it's going to be a Paul George or a fucking Devin Booker. It's going to have to be another player like that. That would be the only trade I would feel like it's smart for the Celtics to trade.
This is the only problem I'm having with what you're saying. I don't disagree wholeheartedly that Jason Tatum can be a one, but I don't think Jaylen Brown is a definitive one. I feel like his playmaking and his tunnel vision. I couldn't keep Brown over Tatum. Like that's not the answer.
Yeah, look, what I'm saying is, when I say he's the wrong superstar, I'm saying is I'd rather they try to switch it. You know what I mean? Meaning is, okay, even if you keep Tatum, I'm not saying keeping Tatum is bad because Jason Tatum's still a great player. But what I'm saying is he doesn't impact like the game that another player can. So what I mean is when like he don't have the superstar it factor. That's what the Celtics is missing. It's whatever that when they was going in them slumps during the regular seasons and they losing 6 games, 7 games, and they losing by 1 point. They fucking up at the end. They don't have that Kobe. That you know what I'm saying? It's a type of play that comes out that got a different level. So when you watch LeBron play a season level. Then he'll play a playoff level, and then it's a game 7 LeBron. So then it's a different feel. That like they got a different mode. Tatum don't have that different mode.
So wouldn't you trade Jaylen Brown to find that it factor in like a Trae Young or in a Damian Lillard?
Like if I trade Jaylen Brown, I trade him for Jimmy Butler in a heartbeat. I trade him because the difference is what Jimmy Butler is showing. Is that Jimmy Butler, the Heat only is good, and I be trying to tell people disrespect Jimmy Butler so much. The Heat only as good because Jimmy got that it factor. He don't have to be a straight bucket getter, a best 3-point shooter, but it's something about Jimmy Butler is when he playing hard, all his team want to play hard with him. Yeah. It's a different feel. When you're on the court for real, you'll know what I'm talking about if you ever hoop. It's like when somebody's on the court,
feeding off the energy of a dog.
Yeah, it's like it's a whole different aura. Like when LeBron play, like nigga, that's LeBron. I gotta play good. You know what I'm saying? But it's like
Yeah.
when Jimmy Butler playing and he locking shit up and he talking and he getting but nigga like your whole game that shit gets explosive. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Tatum, it's like he getting his buckets, but it's too finesse. It's like boom, but like he's going to work, but his team still. Al Horford still shooting 0 for 7. Brown getting in foul trouble. Marcus Smart can't make a shot. His team is not rolling, and then you playing at home. That's more than enough for me to like proving my point. What I'm saying is that Jason Tatum's had 30-some points, even though he was off at first, but his points doesn't add up to nothing. A nigga can score 30 and feel like it's 10 points. Steph Curry can score 20 fucking points. That shit feel like he scored 40 because when he shoot that motherfucker from half court, that shit feel like every time he shoot, it's like, God damn. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's a whole different feel when he on the court.
So
It's
when
like,
they talk about gravity, like Steph Curry's gravity or Kevin Durant, his gravity helped Devin Booker, you feel like Tatum doesn't have that gravity? What you
yeah,
saying?
he don't have a following. You know what I'm saying? It's like he's a great player. I'm not talking about his skill. I'm not talking about how he can get a bucket or his defense. He is a great player. He just don't have the ability to be the superstar of that team because nobody goes along the way he goes. So if
Yeah.
Jason Tatum had in a bad, let me play this. If Steph Curry having a bad game, then you have other people like Klay Thompson that still try to like shoot it, and you know what I'm saying, they'll try to make it work. But at the same time, it's like nigga, you're only gonna go as far as Curry gonna take you. No matter if Curry got the mentality, oh, this is what we doing. Like that game when they play against Sacramento and he scored 50, everybody in that gym know, oh, it's Curry time. You see what I'm saying? It's a different feel when he on the court. And it's like when
Yeah.
Tatum on the court, he looked like another player. It's not separated, if that makes any sense. Like
I feel what
he's
you're
not
saying,
when LeBron
but
step on
wouldn't
the
you
court. Yeah,
trade?
it's like when
Would
LeBron on the court, it's like LeBron on the court. Like Jason Tatum on the court, he looked like another nigga in a green jersey that's scoring. Like he don't
so
have that. I don't know,
I
bro.
feel like
Like
he can't be your closer, but I feel like he could be your best player. If you put Trae Young next to Jason Tatum, that's a championship team, man. Easy, in my
man,
opinion. Just because Trae has that aura. You see what I'm saying? And I feel like Jaylen Brown from Atlanta, they said he want to go there anyway. I feel like that's a
yeah.
perfect swap because now you got good defense around Trae Young, and he can like Ray said, he can get the bigs involved, and he can close games, and you comfortable with Trae Young closing games. So I feel
The
like
only
Jason Tatum could be your best player, but he'll never be a closer. I agree with you on that.
the only problem I had with Trae Young is when my first statement that I had is if you play 2K, you will see every nigga with a point guard at 6'7" and up. Right, the whole team is born to be like 6'7" and up. You might have a nigga that's 6'3", 5" or some shit like that. Like when you play in comp, only because it is that the bigger your people that's on the court, it's harder to play defense. The only problem that Trae Young has is that I feel like he a dog, but when it's time to, right? When he play against a team and a play, it's going to get bad for him because shit going to play real defense. That season shit is cool, but when playoffs hit and they putting a nigga that's 6'8" on you, 6'7", that shit ain't gonna fly. That's the reason why he be
But
struggling. He be 5 for 15, 5 for 30. Like it's because it's a whole different world in the playoffs.
but that's because
They
he's a
not
number one
gonna let
definitive number.
this young
It,
bitch
but
Trae
I
Young
feel
shit.
like the Trae Young situation to me is this: he's so far ahead of everybody in
Oh shit.
Atlanta that he can be keyed in on. But if you got a guy like Jason Tatum next
Yeah.
to you that can get a 30 and he's a 6'8" wing, and you still got the
Mm-hmm.
Marcus Smarts, the Derek Whites, the Al Horfords, and then you got the Robert Will. I feel like they have enough defense and offense. Even if you can keep Malcolm Brogdon, you got enough defense and offense and good sized guards around Trae Young to where he can be comfortable enough to get his buckets, and you can't overkey on him, and you can hide him on defense. I feel like Trae Young in Boston would be the only place he could win a championship as a 1A, 1B type of player.
Mm.
Just because I feel like he has more aura than Jason Tatum, but Jason Tatum has everything else that Trae Young lacks. He got the defensive versatility. He can be a great secondary playmaker, and he can be a great go-to option if he has it going. But when it comes to closing big games, I feel like Trae Young can close big games. And I feel like that's an even swap. Jaylen Brown pairing with DeJounte Murray and everything they got going. And shit. Cause I feel like that's the only way you can even go Dame, but Dame is kind of old, so you don't want to give up Jaylen Brown for Dame. But I feel like Dame has that aura to where it's like, and you can hide him on defense with that Celtics team. Cause I feel you. Tatum don't got it in terms of
yeah.
the
Even
aura
little,
of
like even Dame, like even Dame when Dame's scoring, it's like, bro, this nigga's amazing. Like it's like a whole different feel. Like I didn't play this when Damian's scoring, it looks like he's taking over the game. When Jason Tatum's scoring, it's looking like he's trying to keep up. Like it's like he's trying to keep like
we just trade Jaylen Brown for a takeover guy. That's how I feel.
Shit. Yeah. Either or, like I might say for me, if they're going to keep the team they got right now, it's not a problem because they're not bad. I just feel like they might want to start giving Jaylen Brown, because people say this shit now, but you got to understand is Jason Tatum has got that green light. I would say is give Jaylen Brown the same green light that Jason Tatum got. Like give him that free range of saying, you know what, you do it. You know what I'm saying? Like and see where it goes.
And I feel like, if you do that, then it's too much. You only got a certain amount of window to get the NBA championships. And if we going between guys, you the guy. I don't know.
I wouldn't do that shit now. Like shit, if they don't motherfucking step up and this shit over. Yeah, like you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't do that shit now, but I'm gonna keep it 100. This is a game they definitely would have supposed to win. Like, yeah, this game was they had this game for real in the bag, but they just couldn't make a fucking shot.
Yeah.
But like
I agree with you. Tatum is not that guy, but I feel like he good enough that if you bring that guy in, he could be a part of a dynasty.
Yeah.
No, I don't know about Jaylen Brown in that situation. I feel like Jaylen Brown could be a get money dude in the league that's gonna be. I feel like
Jaylen Brown can be just as good as Anthony Edwards by himself. If you put Jaylen Brown in a situation, like if you swap Anthony Edwards and Jaylen Brown, I don't see them too much of a difference, because I feel like Jaylen Brown can get a bucket just like Anthony Edwards. The only problem is he don't have to play with a Jason Tatum. Like when I feel like when a person knows that they the guy, everybody numbers going to go up. I just feel like he needs that spot where, fuck it, you the man. Go to the Spurs, fuck it. Like go be the man somewhere. Like I don't know.
I feel like he could go to Atlanta and be the man, and still have a good supporting cast around him, and have a good solid number 2 around him with DeJounte Murray, and we will see. My only problem with Jaylen Brown is the injury concerns, and then my the tunnel vision he gets at times, and the lack of playmaking. Because every number 1 got to be able to play make, and every number 1 got to be able to stay healthy if we can really count on you. He struggles in both those areas more than Tatum.
I'll be honest with you. I don't know. No, let me think before I say this. I don't know that many number 1s that know how to play make other than LeBron.
Oh man, Giannis. You see, I feel like we overlook a lot of it. Devin Booker averaging like 7 to 8 assists, man. Giannis will get you about 7 to 8 assists.
But Devin Booker don't play make. Devin Booker just throw it up, and they really scoring the way they scoring because they doing fast break shit. Playmaking to me, it's like when Devin Booker got the ball, he's looking to score. So if somebody they double teaming him and he passing it out, that's not really playmaking. That's just being that damn good of a player. You know what I'm saying? That means because right now they are doubling Devin Booker. Of course he's going to pass it to an open person because they doubling him. So that 7 assist shit, like it's not a real playmaking. Like it's a 1-on-1. Everybody guarding, man. You make a move and then looking for how that shit going.
I ain't gonna say playmaking. Then I'm just gonna say ball handling and his ability to pass.
Could just okay, I'm throwing it up, or they double team.
But I feel like he's a better passer. Like he can make those passes better than Jaylen Brown. If Jaylen Brown, I done seen a game in the regular season where they was sitting Tatum one game and they would sit Jaylen Brown one game, and the other one would have to be the number one guy. It was a game where Jaylen Brown was the number one guy, and when he got double teamed, he really couldn't handle it, and he was throwing the ball out of bounds, or he's not that great at just passing the ball, even on handling a simple double team. Like that's just not his game. He's a play finisher, not necessarily a playmaker. And that's my only problem with Jaylen Brown, because it's been happening since.
Found some shit I love to do, so I can live comfortable. Searching for a peace of mind, need that when it's time to rhyme. Perfect in every line, any chance I get, and I know it takes time, but I will never quit.